Eminem and Rihanna are a great duo, but they have nothing on Dan and Phil. Dan and Phil, how are you?
Good, thanks.
We're good, thank you very much.
Good. How you been?
Good.
I like the Christmas jumper. It's very Aztec.
Thank you. People complained that we weren't Christmassy enough last week, so we came in with the festive patterns, didn't we?
Yeah. I've dressed all in black, so I think I've missed
That was
the month.
me last week.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, Daniel, you're at a funeral. This isn't very December. I was like, sorry.
Oh, no. All right, I'm going to wear a hat and ears next week.
Please do. I'm a little bit worried because there's various food products outside on the floor which could have something to do with Dan versus Phil. There is some whipped cream out there.
Oh.
Wow, okay, that sounds slightly concerning.
I'm a little bit concerned.
I look forward to that happening at 8.
Speaking of sweet treats, now wasn't there some momentous occasion that happened regarding advent calendars?
Yes, we opened advent calendars communally together on the radio on the 1st of December.
Yes.
It was a beautiful moment. We literally started Christmas.
And I heard it was literally like hundreds of thousands of kids who opened theirs at the same time as you.
How cruel of Phil to prevent all those people from having their chocolate all day.
But they did it. And it was I think it was worldwide trending topic as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Phil delayed Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I told you last week I ate 3 of my advent calendars
that was
in November. It wasn't even December yet. That's disgusting.
It's disappointing.
And the thing is that people tweeted me afterwards being like, I can't believe you ate 3 days of your advent calendar already. I was like, no. 3 advent calendars already.
3 advent calendars?
Yes.
Whoa.
Hey, come on, they are tiny.
3 doors.
No, they are tiny. They are really small chocolates.
Why wouldn't you just buy a selection box of chocolate? Why would you go...
Because I like pictures of birds. All right.
Santa is
you
crying.
can do what you want with your life, can't you?
You are not supposed to judge me. You're supposed to be my friend. I compared you to Eminem and Rihanna, for goodness sake.
Okay.
All right, what's happening on the show today?
It's going to be really good and fun, so everybody should watch it. Like Phil said, we've got this crazy Dan versus Phil challenge, and also it's the semi-final of Fan Wars tonight, the penultimate one ever, as it's going to be Bruno Mars versus 30 Seconds to Mars.
It's a Mars-off.
It's a Mars-off,
That's big. Who do you think's going to take it?
I'm thinking maybe 30 Seconds to Mars.
I don't know. Bruno is small, but he is strong. He's an army. He's a one-man army.
Indeed.
You have a very exciting album chart today.
It's very exciting.
Well, we're going to find out if One Direction have done it again. Guys, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Take it away.
BBC Radio 1.
The home of the official album chart. This week's top 5 albums.
5.
It's a new entry from Il Divo, A Musical Affair. This is Il Divo's 8th album, and it's a compilation of songs inspired by Broadway shows such as Phantom of the Opera, Carousel, and West Side Story. It also features a collaboration from Nicole Scherzinger.
Fact. It's a non-mover. Ollie Murs with Right Place, Right Time. This is the special edition of Ollie's album, which is double platinum selling, that went to #1 in December last year. He was also on Scott Mills' show doing Innuendo Bingo last week, so if you want to see him spitting into someone's face, go check out the Radio 1 YouTube channel.
We all do.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Down 1 is Gary Barlow with Since I Saw You Last. Last week, Gary just missed out on the chance to knock former bandmate Robbie Williams from the top of the album chart with Since I Saw You Last, went in at #2. Gary's had staggering success in the UK singles chart. He's had 19 top 10s with Take That and 7 by himself.
Impressive.
I know. Go, Gary.
2.
But up 1, it is Robbie Williams with Swings Both Ways. Are you ready for a fact attack?
Yes.
Okay, born in Stoke-on-Trent in 1974, Robbie was the first solo artist to reach #1 with his first 5 albums. To date, he's recorded 6 of the 100 best-selling albums in UK chart history, and his solo album sales have topped 15 million, with 11 of them going straight to #1.
What?
1.
It's the non-mover. It's One Direction with Midnight Memories. Last Sunday, this album became not only the fastest-selling artist album of 2013 so far, but the fastest-selling album of one day's careers to date.
Wow.
The boys have had 3 #1s today, and could they make the top spot for the 4th time with Story of My Life today? Find out with Jamila before 7.
Do you think they're going to do it? Story of My Life?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, at the midweek point, it looked like Lily was having a bit of a moment, but then again, because there have been no new entries, everyone's sort of battling it out amongst themselves, so I haven't got a clue at this point.
Is this Story of My Life's first week for being in it?
No, not at all, not at all. But then again, that doesn't mean anything, because Counting Stars by One Republic was around at #2 for ages, and then suddenly jumped to the top and then wouldn't go away. So you never actually know. So gentlemen, tell me about your show. How can people get in touch?
Well, you can tweet us at BBCR1, request a song on the Radio 1 Facebook page, you can text us on 81199, or if you want to talk to us, you can call us on 03700 100 100.
And who wouldn't? All right, well, gentlemen, thank you so much. I'm going to let you get back to your show. I'll see you soon. Remember, Dan and Phil are on from 7 until 9.
Ellie Goulding, Figure 8, and before that, Fall Out Boy, and you are now listening to Dan and Phil.
BBC Radio 1.
Hello, everybody. everybody out there.
Howdy.
Dan and Phil here, and welcome to the show. Now, our show is a crazy interactive thing that is all about you guys, okay? This is your show. It's all about taking your song requests, speaking to you guys on the phone, reading out your tweets, and playing your homemade music videos that you guys have sent in to us. As remember, this is a show that you can all watch happening live on camera on the Radio 1 website. So if you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio1 right now, you'll be able to see me and Phil in the studio. You can watch the Dan versus Phil challenge, which is going to be very weird, judged by all the whipped cream that they've got in the live lounge right
So
now.
much whipped cream out there. I don't know
Whatever
what's
that
gonna
is.
happen.
But most importantly, the music videos that you guys have made to your favourite songs and sent into our show, which is what it is all about. It's like Top of the Pops if it was made by YouTube in 2005. It's beautiful. Yes, so make sure bbc.co.uk/Radio1 right now on anything with an internet connection, even your mobile right now if you want to watch.
And if you want to get involved, which you should tweet us at BBCR1, leave a request on the Radio 1 Facebook page. You can text us on 81199 or give us a call on 03700 100 100.
Yes, but now our next video has sent in by Claudia, who has turned her art finals project into a music video for Alt J's Breeze Blocks, and it is really good, okay? I imagine this is what you would see if you had one of those weird dreams that you can't quite tell whether it's a nightmare or not.
Yeah,
It's
I
just a
think
bit
that.
weird, but about fairies. Okay, so if you want to check this out, bbc.co.uk/Radio1 now if you want to watch this and the rest of the show. And here is Alt J. Alt J, Breeze Blocks, with a video sent in by Claudia.
BBC Radio 1.
So here we are, Phil. Sunday night, end of the week. How was the week for you?
It's good. It's pretty festive. Put my tree up. It's looking nice.
Is it good?
You've seen it.
We don't have any tinsel though. It's a bit naked. It's a bit barren.
It's kind of a sparse tree.
We sent a female friend to go to a shop to buy decorations for us because we have no idea what we're doing.
I don't know how to decorate the house.
We attempted to make a tree and it looked rubbish, didn't we?
It's going to be good. I gave her £46.
You just go nuts in a
I
shop
said
and
go
she
crazy.
did.
So she's
Okay.
going to decorate it like 60-minute makeover. I'm going to come in and see the results.
But not all of our Christmas decorating went to plan, did it,
No.
Phil? Usually, in a thing that we like to call end of week rehab with Dan and Phil, where we all talk about something together and usually get over our problems, I ask Phil what's happened in his life, but I was there for the incident that I think Phil wants to talk about this week.
The great incident.
Would you like to talk about the snow can?
Yes. So I bought a can of fake snow that you're meant to spray a little bit on Christmas trees to make them look all snowy. I thought it'd be a good idea to spray them on all of our windows.
To make it look like it had been snowing,
Yeah.
it just settled on the bottom of the windows.
So I emptied the entire can onto the windows, so it looked like the snow had fallen. Look,
At
kind
the
of
window,
good.
it looked like a bird had
Yeah.
a really upset stomach.
But the problem was it absolutely stank.
I think it was maybe for outside use
Yeah.
or something. I'm not sure, but the chemicals definitely did not smell friendly.
No, we've had to fumigate our house, have the window open all the time. It's absolutely freezing.
In December, it's not good, and we can't get it off the window
You
either.
can't see out of the window anymore.
So would we have to potentially replace the windows?
I don't know. Let's not think about that until we have to.
Okay, so what would you like tonight's rehab topic to be then?
Well, I thought because of this disaster, it could
Yeah.
be hashtag I destroyed my room.
That is an appropriate one.
Yep.
Okay, hashtag I destroyed my room.
So what home improvements or furniture movings or decorations have you attempted that have gone horrifically wrong?
I like that idea.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you tweet those and then send them in to us right now, we will read some out after this next song.
It's hashtag I destroyed my room. And this next song is Avicii. Texted in by Chloe, who's doing her media coursework.
Okay, well, hope this jazzes up your media coursework and send in those tweets. Avicii, You Make Me, for Chloe, doing her coursework.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So, before the song, we were talking about how people have destroyed their rooms in various ways after we decided to get festive by spraying snow spray at our windows.
Terrible
Which was
idea.
a terrible, terrible mistake. We asked you guys to send in your room-destroying anecdotes with the hashtag I destroyed my room. What are people saying, Phil?
Thea said, I somehow ripped the wallpaper on my wall, so I stuck a poster over it, and my parents have not seen it for 3 months.
Okay, well, let's hope your parents aren't listening right now, as that would be super awkward.
They're going to be
Hope
checking
you get
right
away
now.
with that. Okay.
Evie said, I was bored, so I drew all over my windows and then realised it was permanent marker.
No.
There's no getting away from that.
Can you imagine that moment when you think you've just gone la-da-da-da-da and then you try to wipe it and then you realise you have to replace the windows?
You could just colour in the whole thing and make it into a stained glass masterpiece.
That's how you could try to cover it up.
Maybe.
But to be honest...
That's not going to work out.
Okay, and who else?
Molly said, can I talk about when I had lipstick on and made out with the wall and now there's a red stain on it?
I like that someone in the tweet beneath her just said, oh my god, and then she said, it actually happened in brackets.
So
wow.
practicing your kiss on a wall.
Well,
and not everyone knows it.
I guess my advice for that situation would be to not wear red lipstick if you're going to practice your kissing on your wall, I guess, is the story there.
Walls aren't very human-like, are they?
No, they're very kind of stiff and
I used
solid.
to practice on my hand.
You used to practice on your hand.
Well, yeah, 'cause
You actually did that?
Well, no one knows how to kiss until they kiss someone. So
Well, yeah, but it's just supposed to be trial and error. No, you made out with your hand.
Well, I thought I was all right.
Okay, at least
Fine.
it wasn't a wall. At least it wasn't a wall.
Let's talk
okay.
to Gina.
Okay.
Hi, Gina.
Hi.
So please save me from this embarrassment. How did you destroy your room?
I was with my friends and we were having a sleepover, but we were having a movie night,
Okay.
and we had loads of food, and we fell asleep, but my cat came in the middle of the night and knocked everything over.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So it knocked the drinks over as well?
Yeah,
What is your cat called?
Simba.
Is Simba listening?
No, he left me all alone.
Oh, Simba. I was going to shout at him over
What
the
an
air.
evil cat.
Does he look like Simba?
Yeah, he does.
Is it a lion?
Yeah.
It's an actual lion. So what song would you like to hear where you get over that horrific memory?
Could I please listen to Applause by Lady Gaga?
Yes, would you like to dedicate this to anyone?
Yeah, could I request... could I
That's fine.
dedicate it to Lauren, Bethany, Sinead, Mia and Leah, please?
This goes out to all those people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
boys, Grimmy here, and on this week's Best of the Radio 1 Breakfast Show free download, we have Diana and Cindy off of Hollyoaks. Good morning.
Hi.
How does Darren smell? Ashley Taylor-Dawson.
I think he's got a bit of the old Bo Diddley going on. You know,
Do you think?
He's doing a lot of dancing lately.
Yeah, he must smell it.
He'll kill me.
Guy from Disclosure here, everybody. Yeah.
You were at the show till like 1 a.m, weren't you, or something?
What?
Then you came straight to work.
What's he now?
Good morning, Makita Oliver.
Good morning. I thought maybe you'd have a game, Matt. We're not going to
We're not on T4, Makita.
Nah, T4's long gone, sweetheart. Sorry.
Get over it,
Do you
Makita.
want to dress up as a crab with Steve Jones?
No, never again.
Download it for free from the Radio 1 website, and we'll be back on air Monday morning from 6:30.
Thank you very much, Grimmy. Before
Thanks,
that,
Grimmy.
we had Lady Gaga with applause.
Phil, I have an example of how I destroyed my room once as a
really?
person. Yeah, you know, as a teenager, you reach that age where you think you finally discovered style, and you're like, yeah, I'm cool now. I know what I like, and I can start living by these rules. I was like, yeah, I'm really into earthy tones, so I decided to buy some brown and gold paint, and I decided to paint my entire bedroom half and half brown and gold, like literally like top half like brown stripe, bottom half gold stripe.
Doesn't sound too bad.
It doesn't sound too bad, but my room looked like a giant poo when I was finished. It was a mistake. It was like, I think about 3 hours into painting.
You're like, this is a mistake.
It took about 4 days out of my summer holiday, okay? And then as soon as I started, I was just like, this has gone horribly wrong. But instead of doing that, because I was far too proud as a teenager, I just decided to suffer in silence for about 3 years.
So you kept it for 3 years?
Yeah, I think it's still like that in my parents' house. So yeah, just don't paint your rooms brown. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't.
Was it like a dark brown?
It was just like a cave, basically, with hay on the floor. It was
Nice.
awful.
We'll keep those coming in with hashtag I destroyed my room.
Yes, this week's crazy internet news is coming up right after this. I think it's the most rebellious lyric video we've ever had sent in, Phil.
So rebellious.
This is made by Emily to MCR's Teenagers.
They're gonna clean up.
My Chemical Romance with Teenagers on Radio 1. Don't worry, everybody. A lot of bands do come back after releasing a Greatest Hits album, so just keep praying silently in front of your Gerard Way shrines and hope for the best.
That's what I've been doing.
That's what we've all been doing.
But anyway, you know when you get stuck in a lift with a stranger?
I've personally never experienced that.
Neither have I. But here are some things to fill those awkward silences before rescue. This is the internet news.
This is the Internet News.
Internet news. 'Tis the season to build a massive great gingerbread house, apparently, as Texas recently did in the aid of charity, using 816 kilograms of butter, 7,200 grams of eggs, 3,265 kilograms of flour, and 1,360 kilograms of brown sugar.
That is a large-sounding house.
The house was apparently not made to be eaten.
What? They made that house and it wasn't to be eaten?
All my dreams were coming true.
What a waste. How could they do that to the world? That's so sad. Okay, What's the next story?
Internet news.
A turkey en route to the slaughterhouse has been spared as he made a flap for it and escaped. The turkey was named Colditz after his daring escape. He turned up in a local village and he's now a mascot for the farm.
Oh.
So there we go. That's a nice story, but let's not think about the harsh reality of being a turkey.
Any turkeys listening, there is hope. Internet news.
Don't suggest that.
The annual teddy bear toss has just taken place in Calgary. If you don't know what
a teddy bear toss?
If you don't know what a teddy bear toss is, it's basically when supporters of the local ice hockey team, the Calgary Hitmen, throw 26,000 teddy bears into the ice.
Whoa.
The bears are then donated to local children's charities, and it's not because Canadians hate teddy bears.
For anyone watching on the website, the video of people having the bears thrown at them looks terrifying. I would not want to be pelted, all those bears.
They're quite soft, but then if you get an eye in your eye...
You wouldn't want to get a high-quality eyeball from a bear, would you? Hitting
No.
you in the face? No.
Internet news.
And now, truly, in internet news, everybody in the world, do you remember this?
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Yes, I am, of course, talking about Friday by Rebecca Black. With hundreds of millions of views, it is definitely one of the most viral videos of all time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it has a sequel. Phil, if you were Rebecca Black and you were making a sequel to Friday, what would you call it?
I would probably call it Saturday.
Well, yes, it is called Saturday, and it is all about not stopping the partying. Now, as you guys should all know by now, me and Phil are from the internet. And as people who somehow leaked into real life when your teacher prints off a meme or something like that and it's really embarrassing, I feel it is our duty to play this song. So
Yeah,
for everybody
we have to do
far
it.
and wide listening right now, here on BBC Radio 1 is Rebecca Black's new single, Saturday.
Oh my god, I am...
That was Rebecca Black's new single, Saturday.
Oh, there we go. That was a banger, that was. I love that song. I mean, part of me ironically always loved Friday. I mean, you know, some people were really angered by it, but I always ironically loved it. Whereas that, you know, good for you, Rebecca Black. We've actually met her, haven't she?
Yeah, we have.
Trust me, Rebecca Black is the life of a party. When she walks through the door, trust me, things get crazy. Strange memories.
On that note,
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
so we were talking about what would happen if you completely destroyed your room, or what has happened if that was the case. And the owl regurgitated some, which I've dropped on the floor. Very professional. Holat Zoe said, they're both water related. She said, I was running a bath and I forgot about it, and the bath fell through the floor into my bedroom.
What? That doesn't happen in real life, does it?
That's one that you're not coming back from. When your parents see that.
That's not I destroyed my room. That's like my parents remortgaged the house because I left the bath running. Oh my gosh.
Oh dear. And Fan Toilet Seat said, once I tried to move my fish tank and it fell, and all of the litres of water and fish and poop went everywhere.
Oh no. That's extremely dramatic sounding.
I hope the fish survived.
I mean, when you spill a drink, it's dramatic enough. Never mind if that was containing life forms.
I know. My fish used to commit suicide by throwing themselves out of the tank all the time. I don't think they liked living with me.
That's kind of disturbing. I'm not going to lie. That's really sad.
It is a bit sad.
Did your other pets live happily?
No. I told you about my guinea pig.
Okay, let's move on.
Danielle.
Hi.
What happened to your bedroom?
Well, when I was younger, I had one of my friends up.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be really cool and show off and be super funny. And I had this machine that stuffed teddy bears, like you added a teddy bear.
Okay, yeah, it filled it to teddy bears.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the machine was filled with stuffing. And what I did was I emptied the machine all over my room.
Oh no.
And there ended up being loads and loads of stuffing and cotton all over my room.
So you wanted to turn it into a massive, bouncy, cottony area?
Yeah, and my mum was really angry with me.
She freaked out quite hard, I can imagine, yeah?
Yeah, and it took ages to clean up.
Did you have to tidy it, or did your mum get given that job?
No, I did it.
Yeah, okay, I imagine.
I'm responsible.
Do you know you're the first person I've ever spoken to who has a teddy stuffing machine?
Yeah, where do you get one of those?
You could get one of those. Could you make a Dan and Phil? Like a stuffed Dan and Phil, and send it in to us?
If I still had the machine, I probably could.
Oh, you probably got banned
To be
from the
fair,
machine
her
forever.
mum probably set it on fire and then launched it into orbit. I think I would if I was the parent.
That is true. That is true. So what song would you like to listen to?
Could I request Everybody by the Backstreet Boys, please?
That's a classic. Who do you want to dedicate this to?
To one of my best friends, Kennedy, please.
Okay, everybody listening, sing along. This is the Backstreet Boys.
Thank you.
Backstreet Boys, everybody. Apparently Poppy in Cardiff is lunging to this song.
Wow, nice to know that.
Actual lunges.
The show where you're in control. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So Danielle, who requested that, had a stuffing machine. Didn't your uncle have a stuffed dog?
Ah, you mean my great uncle from Norfolk?
Yes.
Yep, the farmer. When his dogs, his faithful dogs that helped with the sheep, died, he had them taxidermied. Yes, so you'd go into his lounge there would be just a collie, and there was one that was just standing fully just like upright looking at you as you entered the room, which always made me jump. And then he made another one into a throw that he put over the sofa. So he'd make you sit down on the sofa and he'd be like, do you want a tea? And you'd be like, yeah. And then next to your face would be a dog's head. And to him, it wasn't creepy. It was just, you know, the dog served me well. I'm going to keep the dog and put it on my sofa in my house because it was a good dog. But I was just like, no.
As a child, that must have been so damaging.
Hey, if he had a stuffing machine, though, he could have just poofed her right up.
Yeah, he could have.
Don't pay for taxidermy. Yeah.
On that note, again, this is a weird show today. We're going to go to Facebook at Zion. That's the coolest name, I think.
It is. Wow. What does she want?
She wants Jay-Z Paris.
Nice.
Here you go, Zion. No, that's the Backstreet Boys. That's the opposite. That's
Here's
the antithesis
Jay-Z.
of Jay-Z.
We're going to
Paris, Jay-Z and Kanye West. And before that, it was Backstreet Boys and Rebecca Black's Saturday. I think this could only be Dan and Phil.
Yeah, I think it could.
Okay, so today we have been talking to people about various ways that they've destroyed their rooms, and I've got possibly the most awkward thing I've ever read in my entire life here.
Okay, I'm
sent
ready.
in by Krista. She said, "My crush came over and saw a picture I drew of us kissing. Cringe. I went to hide it and spilled hot chocolate on him and the floor."
Oh, no.
Wow, that is spectacular. Can you imagine the moment where it's like, "Don't look at that. That's fine. This is what I've been drawing," and then you just spill the chocolate on the lap.
It's good to have one moment like that in your life because then you can look back on it and think, at least this day isn't as bad as that moment.
No matter what happens, it has been worse at one point. Well, thank you very much, Krista, for admitting that.
And as we listen to Calvin Harris, you can all remember those moments.
Yes.
Calvin Harris, Under Control. Thank you for Rainbow Unicorn, who drew me.
That wasn't the most amazing drawing I've ever seen.
It
That was
looked
incredible.
more realistic than my actual face.
I would agree with that.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So as you know, we're talking about moments that you have destroyed your room. We've
Indeed.
got some Christmassy ones here.
Oh, okay.
Dan's Philion said, "Last Christmas I wanted to make it look like it was snowing, so I got talcum powder and put it all over my room."
Yep, nope, that's a terrible... That doesn't look like snow at all, does it?
No,
I mean, you need a lot of talcum powder to do that.
It would have smelled like fresh babies in there for a long time.
I love rooms that smell of fresh babies.
Also,
love
Beth.
the fresh baby smell.
Beth said, "When we bought the Christmas tree into the house earlier, it tipped over on top of my dad."
Is your dad okay? She didn't say anything more than that.
You should have filmed it and put it on YouTube. My rabbit...
Yes, that's more important than your family's safety.
Back to my pets. My rabbit used to eat the Christmas lights, like at least once a year.
Wouldn't that definitely kill the rabbit?
No, just gave it superpowers.
Right, okay. Did it ever chew through, though?
Chewed all the way through the lights. It broke them every year. We could never fix it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's speak to Asha.
Might call the RSPCA later.
Asha,
Hi.
so what's happened to your room? I hear something bad.
Well, I've been revising recently, well, quite a lot,
Okay.
and I've gone out today and I've come back
Yeah.
to a messy room. So
What?
I don't know whether it's me or whether it's ghosts or my family, but something's gone wrong.
So from your family would come into your room and mess it up?
Was it ghosts, do you reckon? Or do you think it was you, Asha? Let's be serious here.
Don't judge me.
Was that an elaborate lie that you just told on the radio?
Her parents
No,
are definitely...
no,
Oh, it was
it
the
was
mysterious sock goblins.
I think it was my doppelganger. That's what I'm going to use.
Yes,
My
your
doppelganger.
evil twin that your parents didn't tell you about, so it's their fault.
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm going for.
So during your search for your evil twin, what song would you like to listen to, Asha?
Can I request Bite My Tongue by You Me at 6?
Yeah, are you dedicating this to anyone?
Yes, I'm dedicating it to Jessie Goose and her cats, Gachel and Zasha.
I think that's the first time I've had a cat dedication.
Cat dedication. We should have more, to be honest.
Nice, thanks, Asha.
Super.
You Me at 6, Bite My Tongue for Asher, who definitely didn't have a messy room there.
BBC Radio. Ho, ho, ho.
We're getting festive. Why, Phil?
Because we've got a Christmassy video now.
You'll have literally any excuse to play something Christmassy, won't you?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, this next video is sent in by Charlie, who decided he wanted to encapsulate Edinburgh at Christmas time by making a video snow globe of it, okay?
It's so beautiful. It films me with so much festive warmth.
It is. It's like a cup of eggnog, isn't it? What's in eggnog?
I don't know if it's actually got egg in it, but I'm sure it tastes
When you have an
good.
eggnog coffee, it's always
got
suspiciously gloopy at the bottom, isn't
Yeah.
it? You can taste the gloop.
So it doesn't fill me with the gloop. It fills me with cinnamon latte delight.
Okay, but anyway, this video that Charlie made, it's incredible, okay? I think that it should basically be the official advert for Edinburgh.
Okay.
But the reason that we're playing it is because we want more Christmassy music videos made by you guys,
Yes,
especially
please.
for the Christmas special that you are going to be doing alone while I'm in India, because
Yeah.
that's where I'm spending Christmas.
So I'm doing this
yeah.
Christmas special. I need as much help as I can get. So please send me Christmassy videos. No matter what it is, if your mates are running around in the snow, opening presents.
No, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece,
No.
does it? It could be funny, it could be really serious and creative, it could be scary, or just very strange and disturbing, as long as it's set to your favourite Christmas song.
Yeah. It also like the reindeers were made out of Lego.
Yes, exactly.
There are other building blocks available. You could do that, recreate that Dan vs. Phil challenge and send it to Dan and Phil at bbc.co.uk after uploading it to your favourite video sharing website.
And then hopefully you'll have a Christmas-tacular show in a couple of weeks.
So now let's take our festive journey into Edinburgh. Thank you, Careful Charlie. This is on the Radio 1 website now.
It is Christmas Lights by Coldplay. The Dan vs. Phil challenge is coming up next, so do not go anywhere. Very inappropriate. Christmas Lights by Coldplay. A very sad and beautiful song with an amazing video by Charlie. So yeah, if you want to get festive and make a video for Phil's lonely festive special, then just upload it to your favourite website and email the link to danandphil at bbc.co.uk.
Please. It's now time to talk about...
Dan versus Phil.
That's such a sad sounding please.
I know. I'm not scared about the show, my friend.
I plan to be here in like the form of a tablet.
I hope so.
Should I try to find an elephant
Yeah.
and sit on it? But what's the Wi-Fi like on an elephant?
I don't know. You could get one with built-in Wi-Fi sold by...
Do they do those yet?
Maybe in some kind of underground secret bunker.
Okay, the government's on it. Okay, but yeah, the Dan versus Phil challenge. This is when around 8 o'clock in every show, me and Phil do a challenge against each other live on camera on the Radio 1 website. And what is the current leaderboard, Phil?
It's looking at 5 versus 5.
5
so
all. Okay, so
got
then
everything to play for.
2 weeks left. This is going to be very, very dramatic then. Okay, but as always, the twist is that you guys decide the winner. It is not up to us. It's not up to anyone here in the building. It is up to you guys watching at home to decide who wins the challenge. And what are we doing tonight, Phil?
We're doing the Edible Santa Face Challenge.
What is that?
If you ever watched Art Attack back in the day, you'll
Yes.
know he did the big art attacks from the ceiling.
Oh, at the end where
So-
he like...
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there'd be a camera in the ceiling and he'd make something elaborate out of loads of different objects from around the house.
A
or something
zoo
like
out
that.
of jumpers.
We're going to be making a Santa face out of Christmas foods. So over in the live lounge,
Right, I see.
there is whipped cream, minced pies, apples, carrots.
Why is there pasta?
I don't know.
What's
Christmassy pasta.
what's Christmassy about pasta? Okay, I get the challenge. You have to try to make the Santa face.
Yeah,
right.
and you can vote on the Radio on Twitter and Facebook throughout the challenge of who you think is
Okay.
winning. It's going to be intense, isn't
It
it?
is. So yes, if you guys want to watch this happening right now, then get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. But for the people listening, here is Chater Status and Tom Adele.
BBC Radio 1. Dan and Phil.
Dan versus Phil.
This is BBC
Radio 1. Radio 1. Radio 1.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Dan versus Phil.
That was Tom Adele. Okay, me and Phil have just been doing, what was it called? The Edible Santa Challenge.
Edible Santa Challenge.
We've been trying to make Santa's face out of various foods.
It looks like we built them upside down looking at the Radio 1 website right now.
Okay, why did no one tell us that we were doing that? Okay, when they get posted, they'll be flipped the right way up, right? What? No one told us we were doing it upside down the whole time.
Australian Santa. I did say...
Australian Santa.
my whipped cream ran out faster than I thought it would.
I felt that. I was drawing Santa's right arm, and then it was just kind of like...
Yeah, so his beard became a horrific digestive mess.
Okay, that's what that is. I just thought it was like a tumour or something.
Can I just point out we're doing the Santa face challenge, Dan?
Okay.
Your Santa face is pretty small.
Right, okay, whatever. It's Santa. Okay, but now it's up to you guys to decide who is the winner. So if you go onto Radio One's Twitter or Facebook, a link will have been posted to the poll where people have been voting. So if you just watch that, or you want to go on the website now and see our progress, then it is up to you to vote for which one of us wins, which we will reveal after this next song.
Yeah, thank you to Sarah Townsend for sending this in. Here is Lord to you. Sorry.
Are you okay there, Phil?
I had a little bit of digestive in my mouth.
What a
me try that
professional.
again.
Okay, what song is it?
It's Lord with Royals. It's going to keep you company now.
I've never seen it.
Royals, Lord. Now it's time to find out who the winner is.
Dan versus Phil.
Okay, people have been voting on the internet to see who out of me and Phil is better at constructing Santa's face out of various items of food. We actually have no idea who's won this because no one tells us anymore, but here to reveal the winner is Amy. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Did you watch that happen on the website?
Yes, that was amazing.
What were your general thoughts? I mean, if you were going to vote for someone, who would you vote for?
Ooh.
Well, I vote for Phil because he did just the face.
Oh, thanks saying that I didn't follow the face instructions. Okay, right. What's the rules?
Exactly.
But you know the answer, don't you?
I do.
Okay, so would you like a dramatic drum roll?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Here is your dramatic drum roll.
People have been voting. Okay, go.
The winner of the Dan vs. Phil challenge is Dan.
Hey!
Well done.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, if we were going to have it about technicalities, then I would have failed totally because my Santa face was tiny. But yours just doesn't even look like a person,
No.
Phil. I mean, how could it go so
I
wrong?
don't know. If my Santa approached you in a dark alley, you would not be happy.
I would start doubting reality if whatever's supposed to be your Santa approached me in an alley.
I'm sorry,
it just
Santa.
looks like a sphere.
If he's listening, I'm sorry for defacing you so badly.
Well, that's okay. I get to put one of my faces on the leaderboard now.
Oh, enjoy it. Thanks for being on my side, Amy.
That's okay.
I think you've earned the right to request a song now, though, for doing that good deed.
Yeah. What would you like to hear?
Can I have This Is Gospel by Panic at the Disco, please?
Of course you can. Here you go, Amy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is Gospel. Panic at the Disco. Thank you very much to Amy for requesting that song.
This is BBC Radio 1.
So, next week, if you didn't know, is actually going to be our final show of the year. As I'm off and Phil's doing his festive special, it is going to be our season finale, okay? So next week it is going to be explosion. It is going to be crazy, as it is the culmination of our little Dan versus Phil contest that we've been having for the last couple months.
Yeah, and I think for the next one, we should get 2 points.
I think so,
Yeah,
because then
'cause
there'll
it's-
definitely be a winner and a forfeit then.
Definitely, and it's a super serious one. We set it last week. It is a video making challenge. Me
Which
and
is
Dan-
very appropriate for our show, isn't it?
We've
Okay.
been challenged to make music videos against each other. We're not allowed to see the other one that the other person's created.
We're not allowed to know anything about what the other person's up to. We just have to make these music videos in secret, which will then be premiered live on the radio in next week's show, which you guys will then vote for, and then a winner of Dan versus Phil will be crowned. That's very dramatic.
That's so dramatic. I think we need the dramatic inception noise.
Is it that dramatic, Phil?
It's that dramatic.
Well, it is literally the finale of our entire year's show, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah, it's going to be crazy.
And throughout the week, we've been making secret video diaries.
Yes.
Talking of our progress, how it's been going, everything that's been happening.
Yes.
So that's going up on the Radio 1 YouTube channel right now. But let's have a little snippet of what we've been up to.
It is day one. I may have sounded confident on the radio, but I don't actually have a clue what I'm going to do for this video challenge.
What the hell's a video log? Okay, day one. I am about to start working on the video challenge, but I might start tomorrow. Day 5. I have spent 2 days catching up on the last season of Doctor Who that I missed, and I kind of forgot that I was supposed to be making a video.
So it's day 5, and the BBC won't let me buy 100 cats. So there's that flying out the window.
See, progress, all that progress.
You were just watching Doctor Who all week.
Yeah, but my plan, see, I've got an advantage now. I know that yours won't have cats in it, so if I get a cat, then I could annihilate you totally.
Well, I've already set plans in motion to get a couple of Radio 1 DJs at the Christmas party next week.
Is that cheating?
That's not cheating. I can do
Okay,
whatever I
this
want.
is war, Phil. I'm going to get Beyonce. I'm not going to get Beyonce, but maybe I could get a cat. Okay. Oh, I'm so stressed. This is going to be crazy next week. Okay.
Well, we'll see what happens. But something to inspire us.
Okay.
Because this is a brilliant music video. Gavin Little and his friends made a school leavers video set to Gangnam Style.
It looks like a British version of Glee, but
does.
much, much better because of K-pop. Go check out the video diary of us progressing our way towards the video challenge next week on the Radio 1 YouTube channel now, if you feel like it. But now, here's Psy.
The Dan and Phil Show on Radio 1. It's like eating a cake, but with your ears.
That was Gangnam Style with an absolutely amazing video by Gavin and all the people at his school. That was incredible.
It was so good. It made me want to leave school all over again.
What did you do on the last day of your school, Phil?
I dressed up as a giant furry lion.
Of course you
it
did.
was like fancy dress day.
Okay.
And then I sweated so much I thought I was going to faint.
Nice. That sounds cool.
Yeah, so everyone was like, all the pretty girls were like, bye, Phil. It's so nice to see you.
This is what I'll remember you like
and I was
forever.
like, oh, I'm dying.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I like that your school actually provided something though, like a fancy dress day.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I was just braced for terror. I
Why?
think there were just a lot of incredibly dangerous pranks played at my school that I probably can't talk about on the radio.
Oh, no.
One of which involved someone bringing a bath into school that they found at a dump and just leaving it in the middle of the sixth form common room.
Don't do that as you'll probably get kicked out of school.
Don't do things with baths. No, that's very bad.
Now, people have been texting and tweeting saying they want a little bit of festiveness in our show. And I agree with them. you know?
Okay.
So let's have a tweet from Laura, who wants Wizard. I wish it could be Christmas every day.
That's like the most Christmassy thing. Are we about to go 100%?
Can we do it?
Okay, why not?
This is happening.
have a wonderful Christmas with BBC One.
Okay, listeners, let's play the Christmas TV game where you guess who I'm talking about. It's gonna be dope! Alright, there's this really cool guy. He's kind of mysterious. He's not in this world. He rocks a bow tie. If you're guessing me, you're wrong. Well, kinda. Not Dr. Dre, it's Doctor Who. Alright, let's try another one. Guess the show. It's a soap where people drink in the boozer and they eat in the calf, whatever they are. And there's something called a chippy. What the heck? It's EastEnders.
For the full BBC One Christmas schedule, including Doctor Who and EastEnders, search online for BBC One Christmas.
Yay, Christmas on TV. So, now, according to our show plan, we're about to do something called a crunch and roll, okay? That's radio lingo. It's when you come out of a song, and then you crunch in a little bit of info, and then you just roll straight back into another one, like bam.
Well, this isn't really a crunch and roll now, as we've talked
Yeah, I've now talked too long, so this is now just a normal link. But I figured we could do one. So, Phil, you've been on the radio for a year. You should be an expert now. Do you want to crunch and roll everyone's faces off?
Let's do it. The time is 8:33. You are listening to Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1. Now, for everyone not feeling festive yet, I don't know how after listening to that song, Hannah, Jess, Emma and Rowena have made a spooky video with torchlit faces running through the woods and zombie girls holding teddy bears. Get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 right now if you want to watch the video. And for everyone listening, here is the Arctic Monkeys.
What a pro.
Do I want to know Arctic Monkeys? Thank you for that video, Hannah.
BBC Radio 1.
Hello, Alid.
Hello.
Are you feeling better this week?
I'm feeling much better, thank you.
Yay, he's back.
I've missed you.
It's been really strange not being here last week. It was horrible.
Oh no.
I'd also like to say thank you to your listeners and viewers, because while I was being sick on my kind of sick bed and scared about the fact that I wasn't doing work and being really upset and everything, all your lovely Twitter followers messaged to say, "Where's Alid? What's going on?"
Oh.
And that made me smile. The first smile in days, so thank you very much.
Good gay Dan and Phil dance. Yeah, awesome.
Yay.
Very good.
So what's going on?
Do you like my jumper?
Yeah, we're like a festive trio
I did it for
today.
you because I heard that you were doing it, so I dressed kind of Christmassy.
Everyone complained last week because Phil wore a big Christmas jumper and I just came in wearing black from head to toe like usual. And they're like, Dan, it's December, what are you doing? So I was like, okay, guys, here we go.
What's next week's outfits?
Full-on reindeers and Santas.
I'm there.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Just me, but I'll be there. No good.
So what's going down in the surgery today?
Well, this week has been a bit of a big week, actually. Someone who will remain nameless decided to come out and say that they were dating a guy.
That nameless person.
Yeah, I can't imagine who we're talking about.
Nameless Olympian.
But we thought it'd be a good moment to talk sexuality again on the surgery, because it's a topic that comes up a lot.
Yeah.
So if there's any questions about sexuality, gay, straight, bi, or in between, then give us a call, 03700 100 100, or you can text us on 81199.
Don't call in for us anymore.
No.
It's all about the surgery.
And I will have an announcement to make at the top of the show. Just to say.
That's dramatic. Yeah. So breaking news at the start of the surgery in half an hour.
I will be coming out. Just
Alid.
putting it out there.
Okay, well,
See you
so
live.
if you want to be around for that, then make sure you stick around for the surgery, which is in half an hour. That's very brave, Alid.
That was so brave.
Thank you. Wow. Okay, so that is the surgery in half an hour. Make sure you call in for them from now on. But now, Fan Wars is coming up next. It is the first of our semi-finals, and it is a Mars-off, isn't it, Phil?
It's a Mars-off. It's Bruno Mars versus 30 Seconds to Mars. This is a big deal.
It is indeed. But now, before that, Emzy Bean sent in a video, which is a quest for creativity with her wearing a Venetian cat mask, which is what all quest for creativity should look like. Here is Jessie J with Thunder. That was Jessie J with Thunder. And now, Phil, you know that feeling when you go on your first space mission and you hear a warning siren?
What, like in Gravity?
Yes, exactly like that. That is how our callers are feeling tonight, as the stakes have never been higher, as this is the penultimate Fan Wars in our Ultimate Fandom of 2013 tournament.
I can't even handle this.
It is 30 Seconds to Mars versus Bruno Mars in a Mars-off. Are the gladiators ready?
They're ready.
Okay, it is now time for Fan Wars.
There's some wars you fight, and some wars you walk away from. This is the fighting kind.
In a world devastated by tweets, only two sides remain. Champions chosen to represent each fan base will fight for glory and the right to be heard. This is Fan Wars.
Contestant number 1, Liv. How are you feeling?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What is your age?
I'm 16.
Who are you representing?
Bruno Mars.
Can you dance like Bruno Mars?
No.
do you have any posters of him in your room?
Yeah, I have like 40.
More than 39.
Wow,
That's-
yes,
that's a lot of
That's
posters.
a big number to have one more than when it comes to posters.
Okay, you are worthy. Contestant number 2, what is your name?
Megan.
How old are you?
I'm about to turn 14.
Who are you the biggest fan of?
30 Seconds to Mars.
If you broke into Jared Leto's hotel room, would you steal his underwear?
I don't know, probably.
Good, because if you wouldn't, then you shouldn't be here representing him in Fan Wars, so it's good to know that you would go there, that you would break the law for 30 Seconds to Mars.
Don't break the law, please.
Don't break the law.
So could I have a battle cry from both of you in 3 seconds? 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, 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 hi.
Those are two extremely unique battle
Sounded
cries.
like a wind beast versus Santa Claus.
But okay, shall we find out what you guys are going to be doing as your Fan Wars challenge?
I'd love to find out.
Okay.
Right, let me spin the wheel of Fan Wars.
The Wheel of Justice. It's spinning. We've got Noise Treasure Hunt.
Okay.
We've got Awkward Rhyme Off. Category Off.
It's the category off!
Oh,
yes!
brilliant.
Okay, guys.
We haven't had this one in a long time.
Let me explain to everybody listening. Category off. It's the worst name for anything ever, but I love it, okay? How this will work is Phil will give you guys a category. You then have to say how many things in that category you think you could name in 15 seconds, and you will bid on how much you think you can name. And whoever does it, bids the highest, will then have to say these things, and if they fail, the other person gets the point, but if they succeed, they get the point. Are you guys confident?
Sort of.
Okay,
So we're
Phil?
going to go first with contestant number 2, Liv. Are you
Okay.
feeling ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first category is Christmassy things. How many things do you think you can name in 15 seconds? Christmassy things.
18.
In 15 seconds.
Okay.
18!
Do you want to choose
Okay, no, 12.
12?
Well, that's still a huge number.
That's a huge amount. Megan, do you think you can beat 12, or are you going to get Liv to go for it?
I can think I could do 15.
15?
Okay, well, you could say 13. You don't have to go
Okay.
all the way to 15.
Liv, can you beat 15?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Okay,
This
so
is very brave. 15 in 15 seconds.
Megan,
Wow.
for 30 seconds to Mars, you have to name 15 Christmassy things in 15 seconds. Go.
Santa's.
Yep.
Santa, stars, Christmas tree, baubles, snowman,
Yep.
Robin,
Yep.
candy cane,
Yes.
Santa sleigh,
Yep.
presents,
Yep.
stars, Joseph, Mary, Jesus,
Stop.
Rudolph.
Okay, cease.
That was. I counted 13.
11.
11,
Producer
okay.
Simon counted 11. I'm
You
sorry.
were too brave. I'm sorry, but the first round will go to your opponent.
Your opponent, that goes to Liv. Well done. 1 point to Liv. Okay. Round 2 is going to be types of bird. Liv, how many types of bird do you know?
Like 5?
5? Okay,
Five,
Megan,
okay.
can you beat 5?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Do you want to
Can do
try?
5.
You got to say more than 5.
Do you think you can do 6, or do you not think you can name 6 types of bird in 15 seconds?
I maybe can.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 types of
Okay.
bird. Liv, can you beat 6?
Yeah, I'll try 10.
7. You're going to try 10.
What? Well, no, it's just
Okay.
say 7. Say
No, it's
7.
10. It's 10. Megan, how many?
I can do 7.
7. Okay, so we're going to go with Liv for this one.
Why did you say 10?
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, robin, pigeon,
Yes.
seagull,
Yes.
eagle,
Yes.
dove,
Yes.
swan,
Yes.
sparrow,
Yes.
gull,
Yes.
Two more.
whale, owl,
Yes.
kingfisher.
Yes.
Stop. That was 11. You did it.
That was incredible. I am
Do you know-
extremely pleased with that performance.
Do you know what that means? This week's Fan Wars winner is Liv.
Really? Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Congratulations. I'm sorry, Megan. That was very
okay.
confusing. You're going to have to fade away. Fade away.
Oh, too brave.
How do you feel, Liv?
I'm so happy.
That was the best bird naming
Seriously,
I've ever
I do
experienced.
not think I could have named that many birds that quickly. I am seriously impressed. You are a worthy winner.
Completely worthy.
Thanks.
So, would you like to introduce Locked Out of Heaven on Radio 1?
Yeah, can I dedicate to someone?
Yeah, go for it.
Can.
Okay, this is Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars on BBC Radio 1 and is dedicated to Margarita and Lara.
Awesome. Well, here you go. Here is this week's Fan Week's winner and the finalist, Bruno Mars.
Bye.
That was Bruno Mars as Locked Out of Heaven, who will be going head-to-head against Demi Lovato as the finalist of our Fan Wars tournament next week.
So intense. You okay there, Dan?
No, I'll be emotionally recovering for about a month, I think.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So here we are. It is the end of our show.
The climax.
The balloon has been slowly deflated. There we go.
We're going to end on a bang, though, aren't we?
Yeah, no, we're going to end on a bang. We're going to blow it back up and then pop it.
Yeah.
Strange analogy, isn't it?
That was so weird.
I want to say thank you to all the people that have been sending in tweets with the hashtag I destroyed my room. But Phil, how are we going to get rid of those snow things on the window?
I have no idea what we're going to do. I think we're going to have to get some proper cleaner in and do it. Or just leave it there forever.
Just leave it there forever and then just claim it was nature's fault.
Christmas all year round.
That's what we can say to the people that have to move in after us.
Yeah, I think we will.
It was a creative decision. We really like Christmas, so we're going to keep it forever.
Yeah, I've also knocked like 7 tripods over and made 4 dents in the wall.
Let's not talk about the various ways that we've destroyed our apartment.
No,
Okay,
let's not do that.
We're not going to get our deposit back.
Okay. I want you guys to make me feel better. From
What are they
Twitter, Shelley said, I destroy my room every second of the day.
Yeah,
I feel you on that one.
Most people do.
Hannah Rutherford said, a bookcase fell on my face. That rhymes.
Okay, I like that she didn't describe anything more to do with that, so I hope your face is all right.
Emily Thorne said, I put glow-in-the-dark face paint on my ceiling and it went a funny colour. Doesn't come off, but it still glows. That's nice.
I think that's a kind of nice touch.
Radioactive ceiling.
Yeah.
I'd go there. I'm not real. Isn't real. And also said the baubles were too much on one side of my Christmas tree and it fell over and everything smashed and there's loads of bauble shards in my carpet.
Phil, we did that. We heavily only fronted the front side of the other side is against a radiator, so we thought there's no point in putting baubles on that. Does that mean that we could potentially have a Christmas disaster in our house?
Yeah, I think it might happen.
Okay.
Louis Murr said, I have luminous green wallpaper. That's just the disaster.
That is a disaster, to be fair.
And that's it. So that's to make us all
Thank you
feel
to all
better.
those people. I do feel slightly better now about our windows.
And now we're going to introduce a new thing for our show.
Okay.
It's the end credits.
Right, what's the idea behind the end credits?
Basically, we list everyone that has been in the show today.
Oh, okay, so this is all the callers, the Fan Wars contestants, and the people that have requested songs.
Yeah.
It is a nice touch. Okay, I dig that idea.
Yeah.
Do we have a dramatic sound that goes with it?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, and we have to name them all as quickly as possible.
Do you feel like we could do this?
I feel like we could do this. Are you ready for some end credits?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
I would like to thank Eve.
Lena.
And Hannah.
And Claudia.
Emzy.
Rainbow Unicorn.
Liv.
Charlie.
Megan.
Sarah.
Anya.
Amy.
Chloe.
Megan.
Gina.
Chloe.
Danielle.
Zion.
Asher.
Laura.
Gemma.
And Gavin.
Awesome. Thank you to all of those people. Make sure you check out our video diary on the Radio 1 YouTube channel, and we will see you for our season finale next week.
Yay. And now here is Drake with Hold On, We're Going Home. How did those credits go for you?
It was very dramatic and exciting for me, yeah.
See you next week. Here's Alid with the surgery.